and welcome to Official Xbox 360 Magazine's OXM Report. This week we're talking about Horde mode. Invented for Gears of War 2 back in 2008, it's since appeared in everything from Crackdown 2 to Call of Duty's iconic Nazi zombies. We caught up with Epic Games to see how they're reinventing it for Gears of War 3. So we're here with Rod Ferguson, executive producer of Gears of War 3, and we've just been spending a lot of time playing the new Horde mode, Horde 2.0.
Trying to get through wave 50.
Yes, I think we got up to 37 before we had to come away and do this. So
right.
You know, if we could just kind of keep a good pace here, so I can get back to it,
that'd
be great.
Absolutely.
So it's obviously it's Horde mode, introduced into Gears 2, massive success. Can you just take us through quickly what you're adding for Gears 3?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for us, it was about sort of looking at how people play Horde, what's the typical play style, and really it's about, when you're playing with a good team, it's about fortifying and getting into, creating your own little base, and then Gears 2 is like planting shields and planting grenades and trying to hold this one location. And with that, let's enable that, let's make that part of the game. And so we've sort of built these bases that have fortifications that you can buy using cash that you earn while you're playing. And so it's a lot of it is putting that kind of, you have barriers and decoys and sentries and turrets and even a silverback that you can buy that you can go in there and attack the Horde with and trying to defend that area. And there's all kinds of things like challenge objectives where now when you're playing you'll get this thing, hey, if you kill 7 guys with a chainsaw, that means you'll get some extra cash and more boom shots and shields and just glorious loot. Who doesn't like glorious loot? And yeah, so it's all about sort of taking that idea of how people want to play Horde and giving them more tools to play it that way.
Do you find that people do the right thing and they kind of people instinctively work together, or to kind of build a good base, or is it just still a bit of a free for all? People have to kind of learn to play along.
Yeah, we've definitely seen certain mixed results, and some people just don't like to spend. Some people are this notion of just collecting money and not spending it on anything. They feel like they can survive without the fortifications. But one of the things we've been trying to do is make sure the difficulty curve is such that it's one of those things you need fortifications to survive. They're not just an optional thing. You can't just run around and figure out you're going to own the map just by playing the way it used to play. And so requiring the fortifications and getting people to spend has definitely been a challenge. But I feel like we're getting there. I still think we have some tweaking to do difficulty. Like I think today, it feels like to me like we're off by 1. Like normal feels like hardcore, and that kind of feels good. Like it feels a little bit hard right now. But I think that's part of why we having people play and getting feedback is really important before we ship. But yeah, it's definitely learning like, oh, spending this money is good for the team as opposed to I'm going to hoard it all for myself.
Yeah, obviously once the game comes out, like all hardcore players will have pretty much maxed that out within a week. Are you worried about when new people come in and they'll just be like, complete noob, level 1, and everybody else has got all the cool toys? Are you worried about balancing it so that they don't feel, left out?
Well, I think part of it is that they'll be able to contribute in their own way. I mean, one of the things about because you grow the skills on how to build barriers or how to build turrets or how to decoy, that kind of stuff just by doing it. And so even a new player will have the ability to lay down spikes, build those spikes up, help repair the higher level fortifications, and they'll grow that skill so they'll catch up quicker too. So I think and the fact that it's a cooperative game and that we're about setting a team score, it's not about setting, you have your individual score while you're playing, but what you post to the leaderboards is what your team did. And so because it's cooperative, it's not that sort of like, oh, we don't want that guy with us sort of thing. I think it's about bring them along and get them trained up and, hey, here's some money to help you get there. Sort of.
Are you planning on adding like, more levels and more unlocks and all that sort of stuff like further down the line? Do you plan on supporting it for as long as you've done with Gears 2 with those type of updates?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the thing is like downloadable content is something that we're not announcing, but I mean, it's one of those things you need to have. You have to have that post-product support, as we call it, to give the game a long tail and to support the community and the fans. It's a $60 investment, and people are expecting that for their $60 they're going to get something that's going to hold them up for a long period of time. And so we'll definitely have offerings in that space. And what's nice with us is that a single multiplayer map adds new playability in Beast, has new playability in Horde, and in competitive multiplayer. So just providing a new single map, you can get all that different, reaches the different aspects of the game. So, but we know that every time we ship a Gears game, we're in for the long haul, and that's the same thing we've been doing with. We did 6 title updates in Gears 1 and 6 title updates for Gears 2, and it's just trying to continue tweaking upon the game and get it to the game that people want to see.
And what's been the most surprising thing you've learned from the Beast? Has it all been very predictable, or is there any unexpected lessons?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's completely predictable. I mean, there's some stuff that we thought was a problem. We had some spawn camping issues we were concerned about on certain maps, and we've already addressed that in the retail game. So it'll be interesting. We're talking about showing people like some of the changes that have happened to like trenches and trash walls to address spawn camping and that kind of stuff. You know, what's been really funny in terms of surprising ways has been the claim that basically every weapon in the game is overpowered. You know, it's like, it's one of those things where you feel like if every weapon is overpowered, you know, according to the community, and maybe we've done it right, we've got that perfect balance. But I was laughing at guys in my office when we were talking about it, and then this tweet came in about, oh my God, the flame grenades are overpowered. And I'm like, okay, that's it. Every weapon now has been called overpowered. Yeah, full circle. But it's just that because everybody represents their play style, they don't tend to look at it from a designer perspective of balance. They look at it from a what's working or not working for me. And so all the rifle players are saying, oh my God, the Nashor is overpowered, and all the Nashor players are going, oh my God, the Retro is overpowered. And anything that can potentially defeat them becomes overpowered, and you need to nerf that because I still want to be successful with what I'm doing. And so we're constantly looking at it, and we've probably for the last week we're going to probably talk about doing some tweaks and stuff. Because one of the nice things about the way that the beta is working is we can actually tweak weapon damages and you know, ammo size and all that kind of stuff. We can just roll out under the covers and have it be in the wild immediately. So that's stuff we're looking at playing with for sure.
For more details on Horde Mode 2.0, check out the new issue of OXM, which is on sale now.